We all get older. There's no getting away from that. People overall are living longer, but unfortunately, this means that more people are living more years being ill. Some scientists are not talking about lifespan anymore, but talking about health span. In this video, I explain what this is and give you some ideas on how you can have a longer health span rather than thinking about a longer lifespan. As ever, do your own research. Please watch to the end to understand all the benefits of physical activity. Plus it means it gets shared to more people. Here is the definition of health span. I'll let you read that. There are two things that can help: nutrition and the one I'm going to concentrate on, physical activity. Note I use the term physical activity rather than physical fitness or exercise. Exercise is physical activity that is planned, structured and repetitive for the purpose of conditioning the body. Exercise has too many negative connotations in my eyes, meaning that people think that you need to do long runs or lift weights in a gym to exercise. This is true. However, physical activity is, I believe, a more positive phrase. It can mean anything such as playing with the kids in the park, gardening, walking, cycling, or even doing the housework if it raises the heart rate and uses the muscles. Physical activity is a healthy aging pill. It is the most underutilized pill in the world. Physical activity is the best medicine there is. The benefits are immense. The great thing about it is that you don't need to go to the gym or go for a long run. Here are some of the benefits of physical activity. You note in this slide that it's split into three headings: body, brain and cellular aging. So the body, right, is what you'd think, and that's muscular strength, cardiovascular fitness, but it also can help to prevent cancer. Note, help to prevent cancer. I never said it will stop it, and it certainly won't cure it. I'll go through some of these in more detail a bit later. But what about the brain? As you can see, mood, memory, depression. So basically mental health. And I've done a video about mental health. The link to it is somewhere here. But look at the others. Alzheimer's. And as you get older, you are more susceptible to Alzheimer's. But look at that. Self-esteem. Yes, self-esteem. So that all comes back to mental health. Look at all these benefits of physical activity. On top of all these benefits is heart health and lung health. What's not to like? Comment below if you don't want better heart health or lung health. It'd be strange if anybody did. Under muscular aging, it mentions telomere length. So telomeres are like the caps on the end of our chromosomes that we all have. Scientists believe that as we get older, they naturally shorten, which means that we age. Physical activity slows this process down. It also mentions mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of every cell in our bodies. A decline in mitochondria quality and activity have been associated with normal aging and correlated with the development of a wide range of age-related diseases. It also affects the immune system. Physical activity benefits your immune system in many ways. It can increase blood flow, help clear bacteria out of your airways, cause a brief elevation in body temperature that may be protective, strengthen antibodies to help fight infection and reduce stress hormones. The world has been rocked over the last 2 years, but one thing that I hope has come out of it is that more people have learned how important it is to look after their immune system. Physical activity causes a myriad of benefits for health, including the promotion of Healthspan. So what is your destiny? Have a look at this slide. They're both obviously aging. The one on the left is if you don't do any physical activity, which is normal as we do age, unfortunately. As you can see, your endurance, strength and function and energy expenditure all go down, as well as your cognitive function, and obesity rates go up. But look at all those other problems that you can get if you don't do some kind of physical activity: hypertension, insulin resistance, cardiovascular disease, etc. But look on the right. If you do do physical activity. Endurance, strength and function goes up. Energy expenditure goes up. Obesity rates go down. Hypertension, insulin resistance, cardiovascular disease all go down. Cognitive function goes up. So I mentioned Healthspan. The following diagrams explain what this is. So in the top one, this is where we are right now. As you can see in the first line, this is the life pattern the average person can expect. So we've got a number of years of health decline, and followed by illness, and then obviously death, which we all die anyway. However, realistically, our life pattern could change drastically with more years of good health, some health decline, and then illness, and then we die. Who doesn't want the second line in their lives? One of the other things we have to contend with, and that's quite early on, is muscle loss. Muscle loss is called sarcopenia and starts to happen in our 30s. Yes, our 30s. Disuse of muscle is one of the strongest triggers of sarcopenia, leading to faster muscle loss and increasing weakness. We start to lose muscle mass from our 30s. So you can imagine what it's like when we're 50 plus if you don't exercise. We need to do resistance training. Bed rest or immobilization after an injury or illness leads to rapid loss of muscle. Although less dramatic, 2 to 3 weeks of decreased walking and other regular activity is enough to decrease muscle mass and strength. Periods of decreased activity can become a vicious cycle. Muscle strength decreases, resulting in greater fatigue and making it more difficult to return to normal activity. So have a look at this next slide, you want to call it, about muscle health. So sarcopenia is there, resting energy expenditure, insulin sensitivity and muscle mass all go down, whereas risk of physical disability, risk of falls and risk of death goes up. There's also, look, chronic inflammation is in there. Lifestyle factors are what affects this. Physical activity, there it is again. Obesity and smoking. So other benefits of resistance training is, I've mentioned before, increase in bone density, reduces the risk of injury, better body mechanics, basically better movement, boosts energy levels, and all these other things in this next chart. I've been through a couple of these there. But look at that, increased longevity. Now, there are obviously lots of different variables in there. Pick up those weights. The good thing is, it's never too late to start. This next slide is what happens during a study. You will see that the lifespan of those starting late meant that they were able to be above the disability threshold for longer. As we can see, the red line are those who live a sedentary lifestyle. From the age of 30, things start to decline. The blue line is for those who remain physically active throughout their lives. But look at the middle line that starts, let's say, at around the age of 50. It can delay reaching the threshold of disability. And here is another study. So these people were aged 87 to 96. Yes, 87 to 96. Quadricep muscle strength up by 174%. Who wouldn't want that? So the takeaway is, it's never too old to benefit from exercise. Okay, so get lifting those weights, get exercising. So I've talked about resistance training, but what about cardiovascular? Aerobic exercise. Let's talk about VO2 max. Here is what it is. So just have a quick read of that definition. As we age, our VO2 max decreases. Guess what? Physical activity helps. Yes, indeed. Aerobic exercise in the 70 to 80% of predicted VO2 max, which is the predicted maximum exchange rate between oxygen and carbon dioxide in the body, has a few protective effects. First, it keeps the inner lining of the blood vessels healthy and new. Physical activity promotes more macrophage activity. Macrophages are basically the body's cleanup crew. They circulate the blood and clean up damaged tissue to make way for new, stronger tissue to grow. This process also helps keep bad cholesterol from building up in the blood vessels. Regular cardiovascular activity, i.e. running, walking at a brisk pace, can also boost nitric oxide production in the body, which helps to maintain the tone of blood vessels. Cardiovascular activity is also a great way to maintain good insulin sensitivity. This thus keeping metabolic syndrome at a low risk level. Here is what metabolic syndrome is. Research shows that there is no reason not to be engaging in regular cardiovascular physical activity as you age. I could go on about the benefits of physical activity, but it would mean going a bit too technical and a bit into too much detail for this video, and I don't want to frighten viewers away. So that's the end of this educational video. I like doing these type of videos. I'm interested in what do you think about these educational type videos. Should I continue to do them or not? Any special requests? So that's all for now. Thank you for watching if you got to the end. I really do appreciate. Please look around my channel to see if there is anything here that appeals to you, including various exercise routines. Please like this video so the message gets out to more people. And I will see you again soon.